scary movies, like horror movies? What are your top one?
I actually love Scream.
Ooh.
Scream's a classic to me because it, like, as much as it caters to, like, the young audience, it totally lays out what every single horror movie you ever watch is going to be about and how it works. Because there's a foundation to a horror movie, right? It's
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool how it's very self-aware, and it makes fun of itself too, but at the same time, like, it stays like a serious movie. It doesn't turn into like a joke. That's what I liked about the original.
Yeah,
Scream, you know
Seth
what I mean?
Green. Seth Green, perfect part to tell you how the movie's supposed to work. Love
Oh,
it.
shit.
All-time favorite. Man.
Word.
Like, I love it. I like a good fun movie over like a pointless story slasher flick where you're just like torturing and stuff. I don't like that stuff, man. I really don't. I want to have fun.
Yeah, me too. I'm not really
Yeah.
straight up.
I want to.
Me too. I'm not. Yeah. No, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Like, I just like to have fun, and I'll never forget like when Blair Witch went out. I was like believing the hype and whatever, right? And we like, my buddy had a pickup truck at the time, so we all piled in, and some of us had to ride in the back, right, to get down there and just lay down every time like we're on the highway or like cars are passing in case there's a cop or whatever, right? And I remember going to see Blair Witch, which obviously I was like pretty young then, it was a long time ago. Super packed. We get there and we're in like row 4, and this like camera's just shaking all over the place, right? And I was so sick. Like, and I'll never forget, like, first of all, I hate handheld movies, man. Like, I can't even watch The Office. People love it, but the camera's shaking. It makes me feel so bad, right? I'll never forget it. Worst movie ever.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had to ride in the back of that pickup the way home. I got sick, motion sickness watching that movie. I felt so dizzy. I was like throwing up inside of this like bed. And then we're on the highway, and Buddy opens up, the little sliding door in the back of a pickup, right? That little tiny window. He's like, lay down. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I'm like throwing up in the truck bed, and like we're stopping, and the peeps like rolling. And I'm just like, I'm trying to get out of the way. It's like my own horror movie, But
Damn, son. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. For me, I think for the longest time, my favorite horror movie was The Exorcist for a very long time. That movie just scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, but it also got me interested in like demonology and shit like that, because it happens in a way where, as I got older and I watched it, I was like, yo, there's something to this, and got me interested in like the Vatican and real exorcisms and that shit. Like, when you look into it, is nuts, crazy shit. But recently, I would say the best horror movie I've seen is a tie for me between The Witch and Hereditary. Those are both A24 films that came out very recently. I think The Witch was 2018 or 2019. But those two really stuck with me. They were scary, they were serious, and they were really well done and well directed. So yeah, and believable too. Like, I mean, to an extent. I mean, right? With the demons and shit, but it was gritty. You know what I mean? Like when Nolan made Batman. When he took the superheroes and took them out from the flashiness and brought it to the real world. This is really what it felt like to me, because a lot of the times horror movies are very campy, and you gotta make an exception for them. But I definitely recommend these if you're like really like serious films and serious horror. Check those two out. They're scary as hell. Watch them with the lights off.
Yeah, I remember being young and like watching one of the Gremlin movies, and like for basement stairs, like for a while, like when I was younger, I had a thing about basement stairs where I always like run down them like super quick, because I was like, man, somebody's gonna grab my foot, like fucking. Like I was a kid, like I definitely got over it over time, but then but me playing jokes on people sometimes, I kind of like put my hand out a little bit and just fuck with people when they come downstairs.
Yeah, yo, those dark corners up. Like, what really used to fuck with me when I was a kid was like a very dark corner or a mirror in the night. I don't know what it was, even till today. Like a mirror at night when it's really dark.
I don't know.
It's yeah, I don't know. There's a vibe about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for me too. I definitely feel a mirror in the dark is fucking creepy.
Yeah, your eyes play tricks
Oh
on
yeah.
you, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you psych yourself out sometimes, especially if you're in that mode of like, oh shit, you know, I'm gonna see
Yeah,
something.
a lot of times it definitely be in your head, and like you see like a little like something random, but like like you're like, oh, what was that? You
Oh yeah.
overthink it, and you're like, oh shit.
You gotta go.
You know, I have a funny story of my sister. She does like aesthetics, like hairdressing and makeup and shit, and she had this head, like a human head model that she used to do the hair on and shit. And she left it right in front of my room, like right at the top of the stairs. So like when I came upstairs one night, I just seen like a human head in the darkness. I was like, holy shit! I ducked down because I was like, yo, what the fuck? There's literally just a floating head with the long hair and shit. It looked like the Grudge, man. I almost shit my pants that time, dude.
Yo, that's crazy. Like
there's a question at the bottom here about Saw, eh?
Oh,
What
Saw.
y'all think of?
Oh shit, yeah, Abdul, that's my dude, Abdul Khan, man.
Yo, Saw, like
Asking
Saw
about
is a
Saw.
classic. Like the man, I think it was the first one I liked the most. Like how many they have now? Like a million.
Yeah.
The first one was a classic.
Yeah, definitely. The first one was dope.
Classic.
Yeah.
When I seen, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 where the girl goes in the needles. That's done. I'm done. Never watched another one. Made me cringe.
That's where I
good.
stopped too. No, that's where I stopped too. Yeah, after that one, I was like, no.
I think that was the last one I saw in the cinema as well. I think I stopped after that. It got kind of repetitive, you know what I mean? Like, but the first one had a dope story and the ending was sick. Like, if they left it like that, it would have been wicked. And a new one came out too with Chris Rock, right? I haven't seen that one though. I've heard like kind of mixed reviews about it, you know?
Okay.
Number one was crazy. The key was there the whole time, you know? Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it was a scalping. Holy shit. Yeah, that was intense. Like those movies definitely like they got some creative ways of fucking people up, you know what I mean?
For sure. Definitely. And it definitely makes you think like, man, like what would you really do to get out of situations? And, like I think that's why the concept is such a great thing, because it's like it really puts you in it. You're like, man, like what would you really do to get out of it? Like, you know?
Straight up. Well, I mean, based on what we said about being werewolves, I think all of us wouldn't have a problem playing that game.
101, right?
Exactly.
For sure.